गुरुजी सदा साथ। ओम नमः शिवाय गुरुजी सदा साथ। ओम नमः शिवाय शिवजी सदा साथ। ओम नमः शिवाय गुरुजी सदा साथ। ओम नमः शिवाय शिवजी सदा साथ। ओम नमः शिवाय गुरुजी सदा साथ। ओम नमः शिवाय शिवजी सदा साथ। ओम नमः शिवाय गुरुजी सदा साथ। ओम नमः शिवाय शिवजी सदा साथ। ओम नमः शिवाय गुरुजी सदा साथ। ओम नमः शिवाय शिवजी सदा साथ। ओम नमः शिवाय गुरुजी सदा साथ।
Jai Guruji, Jai Sangat Ji, Shukrana Guruji for this blessing. Today I will be reading from the Light of Divinity, pages 73 to 79. The first satsang that I'm reading is that of Ashok Grover. A man is saved on his deathbed. A family had been followers of the Radha Swamis for the past 45 years. One of them, Ashok Grover, was a devotee of Guruji. He received a call from his uncle that his father was on his deathbed and rushed home immediately. The father was hiccuping badly. The doctors declared that nothing could be done. Ashok, remembering Guruji all the while, rushed his father to Apollo Hospital, Delhi, where he was admitted in the ICU. His blood sugar level was found to have touched 700. His intestines had stopped functioning, and his hiccups were dying down, as was he. Doctors declared there was no hope. The patient should be taken back. Just then, Ashok sensed that he was not required in the hospital, that his father was all right and there was nothing to worry about. He also had to leave for urgent work. Ashok thus left his father in the hospital without an attendant. He was occupied for 2 days and could not even call up the hospital. When he returned to the hospital, he found his father crying. He thought his father was depressed as he had been left alone. But Ashok was surprised when his father only asked him whether he had gone to Guruji. His father narrated how the moment his son had left him, he had felt Guruji's presence through his fragrance. Guruji said, "Hore ve Radha Swami, ki hal ne tere?" How are you, dear Radha Swami follower? The father said that though he had prayed to Babaji of the Radha Swamis, it was Guruji who came to his rescue. Guruji then asked him to get the tests done again. The investigations went on for 2 days. All this time, Ashok's father felt Guruji's presence. When the reports came, the doctors were not able to detect any disease and were incredulous of their investigations. They recommended an insulin dose, but Ashok's father refused. He said he did not believe in their remedies and would henceforth entrust himself only to the biggest doctor, i.e. Guruji. The Sadguru had said the same words, "Hore ve Radhe Swami, ki hal ne tere," and told him that he had been granted a new life. After seeing how Guruji saved the family's patriarch's life, all the family members began coming to Guruji and now believe that they are in the safe hands of God himself, saving the devotee's business. Guruji once commanded Ashok to close his business, sell the factory, and do away with the machines. Ashok knew that this was his command and had to be obeyed. It took him around 15 days to sell off everything. The old machines were sold at the buying price and the entire sale broke even. No one was able to foresee why Guruji had asked Ashok to act thus. 3 weeks down the line, the business was declared outdated and incurred many heavy losses. But Ashok was saved by God himself. Obeying Guruji always pays, because he will only ask us to do something which is best for us. Heeding a 10-year-old's wishes. The 10-year-old daughter of Ashok, involved in preparations at Bade Mandir for Guruji's birthday in 2005, desired intensely to have Guruji's darshan. Ashok requested a longtime devotee to bring his daughter to the temple. She came to Bade Mandir, but was insistent that she go to Guruji at Empire Estate as well. However, no one took her to Guruji. The girl kept crying the whole night and prayed to Guruji for his darshan. The next day, to everyone's surprise, Guruji came to Bade Mandir. When Ashok told Guruji that his daughter was remembering Guruji last night, Guruji merely smiled and told him that he had come just to see her since she remembered him. As a result of Guruji's blessings, the girl stood first in her exams and has remained a brilliant student ever since. Jai Guruji. This next satsang is that of Ashwini K. Sharma, advocate in Chandigarh. I was declared dead. After I met Guruji, I made a divine journey from hell to heaven. My troubles began immediately after my marriage. My wife Geeta was suffering from severe asthma. She remained disturbed and upset. She could not get a decent night's sleep and was distraught. As her mother had suffered from asthma, Geeta had seen what the disease could do. If Geeta's suffering was not enough, the problem haunted my daughter Tanya as well. The entire family was disturbed. I would make the rounds of the market only to buy medicines required by my wife and daughter. Both had a restricted diet, they became very weak, and the color of their body and face turned black. Then Guruji met his das, literally slave. The devotional temperament seeks to fulfill itself in principally 4 kinds of relationships with the Guru: seeing him as the incomparable beloved, as the sovereign master, as the soul friend, and as the eternal father. Only Guruji knows what hell our life was. He is the only one who can do the impossible. Thus, Guruji only said, Kalyan Karta, you are blessed, to Geeta and Tanya, and they became well. Someone asked me, how is it possible that a man tells a diseased person, Kalyan Karta, and that human being who is suffering from a big problem becomes physically fit? Indeed, it is not possible at all for a man. But Guruji is God. Only God can do all the things that are not possible at all. Guruji's blessings are all powerful. After my daughter and wife had recovered, I felt I was in heaven. After some days, it was I who required his help. On 8th August 2004, I felt chest pains at night. I went to the doctor who gave me first aid and sent me home with the advice to take bed rest. The next morning, the pain started again half an hour after I had woken up. It was serious. The pain could be felt in the left arm, a telltale sign of a heart attack. The doctor gave me first aid and sent me to the Hero Heart Center, DMC Ludhiana, for my ECG. I asked a friend who was with me to take me to Guruji. My friend gave me a photo of Guruji the very next day, that is on 6th August. My pain disappeared. On 7th August, doctors found that 2 of the cardiac arteries were blocked and operated to put 2 stents in them. In the evening, my heart stopped. I was declared dead. Yet, I regained consciousness after this final medical declaration. I did not know how much time it had taken me to come to. The doctors came to know of it when I answered their queries regarding my name and address. Seeing that I was very much in possession of myself, they hurried me to the operation theater. They confessed that I had terrified them a lot. I know that I live only due to Guruji. If someone dies, only God can give them a new life again. So Guruji is God. Soon, doctors asked me what I was doing at the hospital and wondered if I was not interested in going back home. Of course I was. 2 Sangat members and friends, Narinder and his wife, came to see me from Delhi. By that time, I was better and was discharged. After a fortnight, I went to Delhi to have Guruji's darshan to thank him for giving me a new life. At Guruji's, I had langar. I flouted doctors' orders with impunity since I was relishing eatables such as tikki and golgappa as prasad. Now I am fully fit and satisfied. If today I can write, it is only because of Guruji. I have met Guruji, and now I think I have achieved everything in the world. I am very happy and free of all tension. On top of this, Guruji has also given me his darshan. He showed me many things impossible for me to see. One day, I was sitting near Guruji when I saw that Guruji had entered my body through the top of my head. I thought that after some time he would come out, but he did not. As this thought came into my head, I saw Guruji coming out and suddenly converting into Lord Shiva. The holy river Ganga began flowing from his head and entered my body. After that, the Shishnag came out from Shivji's body and entered his das through the top of the cranium. The Shishnag then wrote Om and Om Namo Shivaya on my entire body. The Shishnag picked out my stent and threw it out. Now the Shishnag takes care of my body and of my heart. Guruji, Lord Shiva, told me the Shishnag would remain in my body always. Guruji then took out a knife, cut out a third eye, entered my body through that eye, and sat at a spot. Guruji then cut away my feet and affixed a new pair of feet with Om Namo Shivaya written on them, and said they will only go there where everything will be well. Then he took out my eyes and inscribed the Om there, saying that now the eyes will only see good things, not bad. The Om was written with peacock feathers. Guruji always lives with me. At any time, we may have to leave our family members and our friends, but Guruji always lives with us. He takes all our tensions and gives us happiness. He always lives with me. Guruji is everything to me in my life. He is father, mother, and friend. I cannot live without him. I put myself and my children, everything on the feet of Guruji. Whenever I want, Guruji gives me darshan as Lord Shiva, and Mother Ganga always comes from his body into my head. Once, Guruji, in the form of Lord Shiva, threw a trishul, trident, towards me. It passed through my body and made a triangle around it, and Guruji said this trishul would always stay with me. After some time, Guruji also took my heart out and gave me a new one. He said that there will be no problem in the future. Then, on the night of 17th May 2006, I dreamt that two white-clothed messengers, Yamduts, of the god of death were standing beside me. They were telling me that my time was up. But Guruji appeared and told the Yamduts that I would not be going with them. The Yamduts insisted, but Guruji told them, though my time was up, I would continue to live on earth. He told them to go away, and they did so, without me. I woke up, it was around 1:45 a.m., and I felt that my heart was as tight as a screw. I thanked Guruji. He had again saved my life. Indeed, he has given me a new life many times. I only request that Guruji keep me at his lotus feet till hundreds of lifetimes, and I pray that I should always be working as per his will. I hand myself over to him forever. I don't know much about the experiences I have had. However, whenever I look towards Guruji, I find showers of rose petals falling on his divine form from the sky. I have gone from hell to heaven only to the grace of Lord Shiva or Guruji. I wish that the new life given to me by Guruji should run according to his wish and be swayed by nothing else. Jai Guruji, Shukrana Guruji, Jai Sangat Ji.